Hello, everybody. This is Able here, and you're watching the seventh episode of You Are Able. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Once again, this is like my night to party and to connect with people. So I'm super excited. And oh, hi, Barbara. You're already here. Let me invite my guest for tonight. She is Liana. So when she comes on, I'm going to introduce you to her. And thank you so much for all the people who are joining. I presume you are friends of Liana, so thank you so much for coming to watch. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Wonderful.
Excellent. Wow, so many people joining tonight. Hello. Are they all your friends, Liana? Did you
I've invited a lot of people over tonight.
Wow, this is great. This is great.
Yes.
I'm very excited. Very excited. Happy to see all of you here. I'm just going to wave at everybody. And if I may introduce us, because there's a lot of people who don't know who I am, but I'm sure many of them who you invited know who you are already. So once again, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Nikki.
Liana is my seventh guest for my You Are Able series that I created, where I invite people who I consider to be motivational, positive, and people who show that they are able in some way, which I know it's my name. And I wanted to give, some ways for all these amazing people to showcase their stories and who they are, and what they have done to show this able quality. So please let me introduce myself. I am Able Wanamakok. I am an international presenter. I'm a past news anchor, and I'm a TV host, and I do a lot of events as an MC, so master of ceremony. And this is one of the ways that I have a chance to connect with people, because it's, obviously there's no events at the moment. So this is a way for me to have fun. And let me introduce Liana for you and for the people who are my guests, and also for this recording, which is going to be on my website, findyourvoice.asia/video. So Liana, who I just met a few times, I did not meet you too many times, but we have a good connection, and I have a positive feeling with you. She is a rapid transformational therapist, an energy healer, and a hypnotherapist. So wow. Yes, it's not easy to say all these.
We could bring it all down to holistic wellness coach, because it's all about wellness, body, mind, and soul.
Yes.
Yet when you say holistic wellness coach, people go, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, you chose a very great topic. I think that I'm very Hey, Suhimabo, I'm good. I don't know what is your real name, but thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. If you have any questions, please do comment. And Liana or myself, if you have questions for me, we will answer it at the end.
Yeah, sure.
Which is at around 8:35 or so. But
sure.
Here's my first question for you, Liana. So
yes,
we have been talking a lot about, wellness. And wellness from a body and mind perspective, such as self-love, gratefulness, and also nutrition. Now, we are in quarantine right now, and I think more people feel maybe a sense of restriction. For me, I feel kind of like stuck a little bit, because there's limits of where we can go, what we can do, who we can sit with, etc., etc. Your topic on mind freedom is a choice. Can you tell me what that means to you?
Well, Abel, spot on. Why speak about freedom in a time that we feel highly restricted? And I know that there's people all over the world wrapping in. I mean, we are in Phuket, and we are living on an island, and we have felt that restriction so intensely, because we weren't even allowed out of just like you were mentioning today in your little chat, we weren't allowed to go out of anything. you know, we couldn't even go to the supermarket to buy. I mean, my favorite supermarket was on the other side, and I wasn't allowed to. So there was a lot of restrictions. Mm-hmm. And as you understood, one of my most important things in life, I believe, is freedom, yes. Self-freedom. Mm-hmm. Free to be a woman, free to be the color that we want to be, how to be. We get labeled so often according to little boxes, and that's always driven me completely nuts, because I just believe that we are all free. Borders for me shouldn't exist. We should be able to go anywhere, everywhere, say what we want, and so on. Yes. So we've all very challenged by this. But there's more than this. Over the years, whatever I'm doing now is because I've gone through it, or I have felt that restriction, and I had to set myself free. Right. So when I speak about freedom of mind, is because I'm understanding that it's all happening in our head, really, and that we are in charge. So people think that the mind controls us. I don't want to eat ice cream, and then I think of ice cream. And the mind is telling me this, and the mind is telling me that. And well, this is one of the things that I want to share tonight, and that's why I'm so eager. The first thing is, the fundamental truth is that it's not true. Mm-hmm. The mind doesn't rule us.
I agree with
we
you.
are the captains of the mind. So like Einstein says, the mind, the rational mind, is our servant. It's there to serve us, not to rule us. And that's amazing. So that's the first truth that I want to share with all of these wonderful people joining. And I wish I'd be saying hello. I wish we had them all around, but we will feel them, right?
I wish I can see you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. And thank you, all of you, for coming in, for those that I know and those that I don't know. But coming back to the mind. So first of all, the main truth is, the mind is a servant. Let's remember what Einstein said. The mind is our servant.
Yes.
Then there's many rules that the mind has, but what I can share, we've got little time tonight. I'll share that one of the main rules is that the mind believes everything you say. So it's so important that you choose very carefully the words and the pictures that you feed your mind with. Give you a very
So you have to tell your mind through words and
pictures. Images.
Okay, right.
So my mind learns like that. It's words and pictures. And the mind doesn't know the difference between fake and real.
Right.
And let me give you a little example that I love using with my clients. Who's worked with me knows it already. But I always say, okay, now think of a pink elephant with the blue trunk and a green hat, and he's got in the trunk, he's got an orange flag, and he's flying over the clouds, and now he's underwater and he's swimming with the fish. And then,
wow.
Hello?
That's like a lot of things, a lot of imagery, yeah.
But you saw that. Yeah. Now, your mind wasn't going, oh, no, the elephants aren't blue. They don't go around with hats. They don't swim underwater with a fish. And your mind was just going along with the whole story. And if I would have said in front of that, don't think of it, what your mind would have done is it would have gone through the whole thing, and then it would have thought, oh no, I mustn't think of it. So it'll go back and delete it all. Right. So this is showing us it's images, it's words and images. I believe, my mind believes everything I say to it. And this gives us the choice. What do I really want to believe in? Am I in prison in these days? Do I feel imprisoned, or can I be free? That's the choice.
Right. Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Now, what if these feelings keeps coming back? You know, if you know, I'm asking for other people as well.
Sure. Legitimate. Great question.
You tell yourself the same thing until you believe it. Or you have to really like, okay, I'm not I mean, I just wanted to ask because maybe some people are asking the same thing, you know, like, well, I am physically restricted, but are you telling me to trick my mind, or
yes,
what do
yes.
you say to them?
So that's exactly what it is. We can cheat with our mind. We can play tricks on it, just like a little child. We can make the funny stories and we can make up stories. We should cheat and steal from a mind, steal things that it doesn't like, that's not serving it, or give it all the nice little treats that it does. Now, obviously, Abel, we've got half an hour. It's a fun chat. We're not going to dive into the deeper and drama. I'm not saying that here's the magic.
Later, if you have really deep questions.
Yes, sure. Absolutely. But my point was, these are just little tips. How can I get myself out of that feeling of absolutely suffocating? I'm stuck. I'm uncomfortable. My mind's blowing off. How the hell do I get out of there? So this is what we're sharing in this talk tonight, is I'm going to share with you 3 little tips. It's not going to resolve all the problems in your life, but what it definitely will do, just like it's done for me and for the people that I have worked with and so many other people that I know, it's that we started to switch our mindset. When I know that I'm the captain, I take charge again. I don't give away that freedom. I don't give it away. I don't give that power away for you or whatever it is outside of me to take my happiness away or my joy away. It's mine. I own it, and I'm taking responsibility of it. So as you say, it's not, there's much more deeper work that we can do, but just knowing that my mind stays on to everything that I say to myself, and the images that I make in my head, I start choosing great images and I start choosing great words. So I choose the word freedom rather than prison.
Right. So what you're telling us is that we need to be aware of our thoughts, of what we say to ourselves, whether it's out or in our heads.
Same.
And you have to be the captain of all of your thoughts, because you control your emotions, and you are the one that chooses whether you want to be happy or unhappy, correct?
Brilliant. So obviously there are things that are outside that have an influence, but I shared with you a great movie that I loved, that I do truly love, right? La Vita Bella di Benigni, the Life is Beautiful. Because, I mean, that was craziness. I don't know if for those that have seen that movie, I highly recommend it, because there's a story to understand behind it. I can be in concentration camp, but what he does is he plays and tells the little child a story, just like we tell our mind that actually, I'm okay today. Nothing's really changed. I can be happy and I can have a great day. Not just because I'm in lockdown, I'm not going to have it. But there are greater things, obviously. So yes, very important is to choose the words and the images that we create, and just become aware that we are the captains. The mind hasn't got it. The mind is our servant. And I start putting that into another shape. So it's me, the mind, and the body will go along with everything that the mind says.
Right.
Because the body follows the emotions.
Right. May I ask you, please?
Yeah.
You said you were going to give us 3 tips. I'm not sure if you touched on any of them yet or not.
No.
Can you please tell us those tips, or are they or something like? Can you share that with us on how we can gain freedom of being?
Yes. So 3 simple able steps. First thing is pay attention. So the first thing is, how do I feel? It's not what I think. Great. It's not what I think.
Okay.
Or how am I going to do it? Or, oh my God. It's about, how do I feel now? That's the first question. If I'm in discomfort, I ask myself, how do I feel now? Right? And I pay attention. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling discomfort. I'm feeling trapped. I'm angry. I'm bitter. I'm resentful. Embrace it all. Because that is what your body is, actually your emotions. This is your soul screaming out stuff, and you are the one that needs to pay attention before it comes to your mind. Because you know what, Abel, and I'm sure it's happened, people saying, oh, Liana, you should be so happy. You're on a beautiful tropical island. You've got everything. Think of me. I'm locked up in an apartment on the 40th floor. And I go,
Yeah.
they are right. Does it change what I'm feeling? No. I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling sad. I can't fly out.
Yeah.
I acknowledge my feelings. This, we owe ourselves this. So first thing is how I'm feeling, and I sit with it and I embrace it all. I accept my feelings. Doesn't matter what other people say. This is about me. It's not about others. And it's not what others did to me. It's how am I feeling? How am I reacting to this? Someone outside can do whatever they want, right or wrong. It's how am I reacting to this? How am I feeling? And once I've acknowledged it, Abel, it's just like a little child that's crying, and all it needs is to be acknowledged. Okay, great. I see you crying. I don't even have children, but I've been a child. And I've seen other mothers, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so what's the problem? Let's just, you sad, and it's okay to be sad. I love the way...
Judge yourself, right? Just
Yeah.
Right?
I'm sad today. I'm angry today. I'm angry with the situation. I'm angry with what happened in my childhood. Whatever the hell it is, acknowledge it, accept it, embrace it.
Thank you. I think I just did that today.
Yes, I loved it. I loved it. That's why I sent you the message. It was beautiful what you did. No matter what other people think, it's not their story, it's your story. And the brilliant thing that happens is when you're starting to think about yourself, well, then you're not so worried about other people and judging them because you're so working on your own stuff. Right. And you know that you're vulnerable and sometimes you're happy and sometimes you're not. So what other people are doing is just the same like you.
Right.
And that puts us all on the same plane.
Right.
So that's the first.
Let me just tell the viewers. I just did a video on my Facebook fan page, MC Able Wanamaka.
Beautiful. Love it.
And I was telling Liana and everybody who was watching that I felt a sense of imprisonment and a sense being a victim, and I pity myself. Actually, I pity myself all the time. I never realized this until really just recently, that I would always victimize myself and say, oh, you know, I'm just a poor little Abel, and I had no freedom. I didn't have a childhood because I had to work. So blah blah blah. And I would hear my saying that same thing, and my mind identified Abel as the victim of my past. And I'm not saying this to blame my parents, okay? I have said this to my parents before, but I still have the anger towards them and towards myself for not being able to let this go because I don't know how. And that's what I was saying in the video, but I didn't want to interrupt any longer Liana's second tip, so please go ahead.
No, but that was brilliant because that's the point. I am whatever it is. It doesn't matter what other people, oh no, Abel, now you're successful, you're such a great, it doesn't matter, I'm angry. Oh, but your parents were so good, it doesn't matter, I'm angry. That's it. That's the point. I am angry, and there is a way to release it. The second thing is now again, we're talking about surviving in just little easy tips, day to day. How do I get myself out of that anger? I'm feeling angry now and I want to go and I want to be happy, or I want to play with, I've got to take care of my kids, I've got to go to work, whatever it is. How do I get out of this? I can use my mind. What do I need? So that's the second question. So how do you feel and what do you need? Right? That's the most important thing. And you listen to yourself. And you give yourself everything that you need in that moment. What is it that you need? Do you need to remove yourself from the presence of an argument? Move away from it. Do you need to have a hot, beautiful bath and then just feel better? Well, yes. Then go for a bath. Do you need to go just for a walk? Do you need to listen to some amazing music? As we said before, I can take that elephant and go from the clouds to the ocean with having freedom and fun and color. If I listen to music that's uplifting, I lift my soul. I can lift myself. So what is it that I need immediately to shift me from pain to happiness. How can I get myself out of that state, right? So that's the first little thing, immediate. And then when I'm in a happier state, when I'm in that state of, okay, this feels better, then what I can actually do, ciao, Susanna, what I can actually do is when I'm in a good space, I become more creative. I can come up with other ideas. If I'm in constraint, in pain, in anger, in anguish, I'm coming from a constricted space. I can't be coming up with great creative ideas. So first I get myself out of there, play some good music, do something nice, do something comfortable, and then I can think of long-term changes. So that's tip number 2.
May I add to this, what you just said?
Yes, sure.
I was wiping. I wasn't crying like I did in my last episode, but I always felt guilty to do things for myself.
Yes.
And because when I was a child, I get praise only when I work, when I perform.
You said that, yeah.
Because my parents, and like I said, I'm just sharing a story of my past, something that, you know, I felt happened to me. Because my parents we're immigrants. We have to survive. In their mind, they're always trying to survive. They never, I think they're thriving now because they're in their 50s and 60s. And they're still doing the exact same thing, which is owning a Chinese American restaurant in Ohio. And in their minds, it's lack, and I have to survive. And they tried their best in their ability to give to their children, which is my younger brother and I. And because it's so difficult to find reliable workers, because the town that they were in only had about 10,000 people. So the people that come to apply for jobs are 16, 17-year-olds. And I would be training them when I was 14 and 15 and 16 and 17.
Wow. Yeah.
And I was the only, because my brother is 6 years younger than me, so I never really worked with my brother. I had to be the only reliable person that my parents can count on to work.
Got it.
So,
and you were still a kid. Yeah.
Still a kid. So whenever I don't work, I get yelled at.
Yes.
And when I do work, I get sometimes praise, but usually I get, you know, some praise like, oh, you know, good job. So why I feel guilty, and I always put people first. And I'm not sure if our viewers are like that, but I'm sure some of you are like that. And
absolutely.
Yeah, like I gave...
Someone's even commented, it sounds like me, Layla's saying, yes, I totally get it, feeling guilty.
So I married when I was very young too. So I had kids when I was very young. And I always felt like other moms, that I feel guilty giving to myself. Or I would try to build my husband's dream, which he say it's our dream, which I agree to some point is our dream because it's our money together. Yeah. But I would leave the last bits of my energy to myself.
To yourself, yeah.
So I was like a rubber band being stretched.
Got it.
And I broke a few times. I mean, I really broke times. And when you say to just do whatever you want, to listen to music, I only just did that. I only just concentrated on my own health 3 years ago. And I only went on my first ever yoga retreat for myself in March of this year. And the last time that I was actually on a vacation by myself was before I was married, when I was a junior in university 19 years ago. So when you say those things, I just feel like, you know, I really didn't love myself, because I thought that if I don't give, nobody would love me.
Then you can't have.
Yeah, because that was what I was conditioned.
Yes.
Whether it was known to my parents or not, it was what I was conditioned. You know, you only get praise when you work. If you don't give me something, Abel, you're not loved. And that's what
Yeah.
that's what I understood. And that's why I gave myself always to other people first, and then I would be last. And then at the end, I have resentment,
Of
anger,
course.
sadness,
Anger, tired, exhausted.
and exhaustion. And that's why I said I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I keep saying that
I'm
I'm tired,
tired.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look, Abel, thank you so much for sharing that, because that is so, apart from the fact that I just love the way you're real and you're sharing openly, because this is being real, and that's amazing. And I loved, again, what you even shared today in that video. You know, you look, when we see when you present and you've got those beautiful dresses and you're going, which one should I choose, or which one should I love that. So that's Abel. She's always like that. No, it's not true. No one's like that. No one. We are real, we are human, we've got ups and downs, and we've got goods, and everyone's got their own fears, and everyone's got their own thing. And now what you were touching, darling, is about a belief that we created at a very young age, and you've worked on it. But bringing in awareness is the first step to change and transformation. So I bring in awareness. I'm aware now that this is the problem. This is what's holding me back. I need to work on that. 50% of the work is already done because it's already come to surface. So when you will work on that belief, you're going to discard it because it's not you now. You don't need it. That does require work, obviously, and maybe we'll do it. But, you know, the point is, in a short thing, I have to take care of myself. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not 3. I'm not 5. I'm not 8. I don't depend on others. Exactly. If I need a warm bath, I give myself a warm bath. If I need myself in the middle of a discussion and I'm feeling choking and I can't take it anymore, I can, with peace in my heart, say, excuse me, I need to go for a walk. And you remove yourself from that space because I need to look after myself. Then when I'm steady, strong, I can go back to things. But it's so important to honor whatever you're feeling. If you feel angry, you embrace it. Then you ask yourself immediately, what do I need to do? Maybe just for a moment, I need to take a cushion, put my head in it, and scream my lungs out.
I did
Why
that
not?
yesterday. I did that the other day driving my car. I just rolled down the window.
Oh, beautiful.
And
yes. And I always say we're very lucky on this island because everything is so easy here. You've got no idea how many times I just go when I'm allowed to go to the beach in the middle of the water, and I just hit the water and scream and jump just because I've got frustration in, which is not because I've got something specific. I've just accumulated maybe tension. Maybe it's my client's tensions, maybe whatever it is, but I'm feeling tense. How do I release it? I scream. No one bothers, right?
That's great. That's great. Can you give her, I'm sorry, please finish. Yes, your third tip.
Third, yes. So first, I pay attention. Second, I give myself, I don't ask and wait for people to give it to me. I give myself whatever I need now to feel better.
Take notes.
You are so good. The third tip is, what if? What if it could be different? I ask myself, what if it could be different? So for example, I wanted to go live in a tropical country. I'm living in cold. I'm just wondering if you're still there. I've lost you. You're still there?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Okay.
the Wi-Fi maybe. Okay. So, the question is really, it's like, who said? That was my reaction when they told me, no, I can't go live in a warm country. You know, you're 45 now. You're going to change your whole life. What are you talking about? Who said? Just ask the question, who said? Why can't I do it? Why is it impossible that I can change my situation? No, I'm stuck in this job. I'm stuck in this family. I'm stuck in this situation. I can't do this and I can't do that. What if you could? just ask those two questions. Who said and what if? And you see, just by saying it, you automatically, your energy, the whole energy of your body from tension, I can't, opens up to what if?
Right.
It could be, there's a possibility. And then what I will do is I will stay and stick and share it with someone who will befriend it, that will see it. I won't go speak to someone who's going to go, oh, no, don't do that. You know, that's terrible. Stick to what you have. You must be grateful for, no. I speak and I surround myself with people that befriend my dreams, that are supportive. And if I don't have one in my family or in my circle of friends, well, then I go look for someone who is there. Only even one person in the world that's done it differently. I want to go talk to that person. I want to find it. I want to speak to them. How did they do it? How did they change their lives at 45, go live in the tropics and had no idea what to do? I started research. Barbara, that's right. I loved, I had a lunch with her at the vegan restaurant, I think. But that's the point, right? Even if I know only one person that's done it, that's giving me hope that I can also change. I can also bring in that freedom. I'm not stuck.
Right. I think that's one of the reasons why I did this, and I did something like this before, Inspired Phuketian, but this is how I kind of heal myself in a way. I like to listen to other people's stories, especially how people overcome their suffering. People overcome difficulties, because I don't want to, be in a corner feeling sorry for myself once again when I'm in a low mood. It doesn't happen that frequent, but once in a while, you have those waves.
Of course, you're human.
And that's why you have to reach out to people and realize that you're not the only one that suffers whatever it is that you're suffering or that you're feeling bad about. And if you don't mind, were you finished with your third tip?
Those are 3 points finished.
I wanted to answer, or have you answer, Betty. I think that's your friend. How can you
say that?
Yourself?
I can't see it.
Oh, how can you discipline yourself out of negative behavior patterns?
How can you discipline yourself out of negative behavior patterns? Okay, that's a brilliant question. It's a very good question. I'll share with you briefly, Bendy. My main thing is, I believe that life is joy. I believe that we are here to have great fun. And I believe that we all deserve happiness. So when I hear the word discipline, I feel again structure. I would bring in fun and joy rather than I have to fight a negative behavior. I have to fight it off. Can I bring my mind from a negative space? I find exactly the opposite. And then I go explore the opposite. So if I have anger, what is the opposite of anger for me? And then I go explore that opposite, whatever it means to me, and we are all different. So Bendy, whatever your negative behavior patterns are, you have a behavior because there's a pattern of thought behind it. A pattern of thought, a pattern becomes an action, a behavior that's repeated. So I'll go back to my thought and I will love myself, embrace it, and ask, what is it that you're really crying out for? What is it that you're really feeling that's creating that pattern of behavior that's not serving you? And then I will befriend whatever I need in that moment. Is it attention? Is it love? Is it comfort? Is it acknowledgement? What is it? I hope that answers in a very short space of time something that has obviously a lot of weight.
Right. Thank you so much for answering that. And Bendy, if you want to ask Liana, I'm sure you can.
Please. Sure.
And anybody who wants to, elaborates or you come up with a question later on, please ask Liana directly. I'm sure she can help you with that.
Absolutely. Happy
And
to do that.
I know it's already 8:33, which time flies very, very fast. Oh, I have another question.
How can you discipline?
What are the 3 things you would suggest to do during this lockdown period to keep you active?
Active and well. I mean, active is a sense of thinking positive. Okay, so what we just said, how do you feel and what do you want to do? How can you feed that? First is how I feel. What do I need to be doing? And then how can I do it differently? Who's doing it differently? What if I could do it differently? So if I give you an example of now in lockdown, I love swimming. That's my passion, swimming. So it was swimming in the ocean, and then they shut the ocean. That's why I'm living on an island. I wanted to swim in the sea. They closed the water off. Then, okay, I'll swim in my pool, and then they closed the pool. So now I can't do one and I can't do the other. What can I come up with? What can I do that can give me the same effect or the same joy of swimming in the ocean and doing I can't? First of all, I'll share with you, using a lot of my imagination, I'll close my eyes and I will swim because my mind doesn't know the difference. So I'll give myself that swimming motion and I just feel that I'm in the water and I've got that fresh, I'll play with it. We can do that. And I will give myself that little treat every now and again, but then I've come up with other things that have served me well and learned other things that I haven't learned before.
That's great. And if I could elaborate, excuse me.
Yeah.
Because I cannot host events at this time. I know these come back. For example, I created this You Are Able video because this is the only way that I can connect with other people by doing what I love, which is connecting.
Yes, beautiful.
Learning, and also I am helping myself to learn and stay active here, and also to help others, such as
brilliant.
People know about Liana through my network, and then she helps me. So it's kind of like it's like a win-win, but it's energy, and it grows and grows and grows.
Beautiful.
And that is one way, for example, from my case, on how to stay active. And I do yoga at home instead of going to the yoga studio, which is closed, which doesn't require a lot of space. I just need a mat. And luckily, I had a very old mat that I could use. So that's another way that you could stay active.
Exactly. And I learned Qigong. Finally, I had the opportunity, went online, find a lovely instructor that teaches Qigong. Her daily routines are amazing. And finally, I haven't got an excuse anymore that I can't go learn Qigong because I'm doing it every day thanks to this video. And I'm loving it. So that's you can find different opportunities. And again, did you see what it is, Abel? It's choice.
Yes, yes.
I can choose to cry over myself and be pitiful and everything sucks and it's terrible, or I can see it as an opportunity. So what is this actual COVID come to teach us? Is it restriction or is it opportunity?
Mm-hmm. That's great.
It's just choice, and that's the mind, and you the captain, and you can choose.
Right, right. It's wonderful. So let me do a recap here because time went really, really fast. So 3 tips that Liana gave to us is, first, how do I feel now? And you have to pay attention to your feelings. Her second tip is give yourself what you need. And her third tip is, what if it could be different? And who said?
Yes.
So those are the tips for you to have the choice to have mind freedom in your life, especially during this period. And I just wanted to remind all of you that my next guest is next Monday, same time, and it's Kitty Young. And she is talking about how to tune into your knowing. So how to listen to the inner voice. So that is what she's going to be talking about with me right here. So please do follow me. And also, please visit Liana's website or
Yes.
ask her any questions if you need any assistance or help in her field, which is hypnotherapy, rapid transformational therapy, or energy healing. She can help you with that. That you guys will follow us, our accounts on here on Instagram or on Facebook. And this video will be on my YouTube channel, which will be directed onto my website, which is Find Your Voice.
Beautiful.
Asia, which is very easy to find. So thank you so much, Liana. I mean, time just flies. It's 8:40 already.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're great. You were saying that you're nervous and, you know, all the.
Oh no, my God, this was my first time. I was so excited. Thank you. And you are helping me become a public speaker.
You're welcome. If you guys need any help with that, I'm happy to help you because I'm a presenter.
That's it. That's exactly. So there is a synergy here. And I do want to say thank you for all those that jumped in and added and came in to say hello and to join. And I feel you all around me. And one day we will be able to be sitting at the same table.
Yes.
So love to all of those that came in. And please, yes, come to my website. There's my free to be transformational journey, this program that I run to set people free so that they can shine their light and share their beauty with the rest of the world.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Liana. You have
Thank you, Abel.
In what you have given us and your time. I'm really appreciative. Thank you again to all the people who joined. I think you brought a lot of people in tonight. So thank you. And I hope to see many of you back again next Monday at 8 p.m. here on Instagram with Kitty Young. So hope to see you guys then. Thank you so much.
Ciao, Bella. Ciao.
Liana, have a great night.
You too. Bye.
Thanks for watching.